Hey guys. Alright, so I've been hearing some of you making mistakes with no and not, and I wanted to make a video to explain a little bit the difference between them. Alright, so first we have no. No is an expression for the negative. Alright? We use it when we want to express negative. So for example, if somebody asks you, do you want a cigarette? You can say no. Do you like the opera? You can say no. So no expresses negative. Then we have not. Not, what it does is it modifies the verb or the auxiliary into negative. All right? So what that means is that you use not after a verb or an auxiliary to transform that verb or auxiliary into negative. Now, I can understand why students or people get confused with this, because they are very similar, and in the end the sentence is going to express the same thing, but you need to be careful when you use not and when you use no. I'll give you an example with a sentence with the verb to be. Let's say that we say the sentence, they aren't friends. All right, here we have the expression not. Now in this sentence it is contracted, but we can separate that. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so we have here the expression not, which is after the verb to be, after, to transform the verb into negative. So here we are saying they are not friends. I am transforming this sentence into negative. Now I can use no in this sentence in the same situation, but the grammar rule is different. So I could say they are no friends. Alright? So you see, it's essentially the same sentence, but now this no is not transforming the verb, it's transforming the noun over here. Alright? Now, here is where the difference is confusing, because in the end, the first sentence, they are not friends, and the second sentence, there are no friends, express the same idea. Now, this sentence over here is not very common, this one, and this sentence over here is a little bit more common, so usually people go with this sentence. Now, let's use different sentences with not and no, and you'll start seeing some of the differences that not and no have. So let's say we use the verb to have. Let's say that I want to express a possession. So I'll say I have 5 apples. Okay? And I'm going to copy this on the other side as well so that we can change it to negative using not, and we can change it to negative using no. Here we go. So let's say that I want to change this first sentence into negative, but I want to change it using not. All right. If I want to change this first sentence, you know that I would probably say I don't have 5 apples. All right. Using not over here and the auxiliary do. So we use not right after do to transform the auxiliary into negative. Now, what you're saying here is that, well, you don't have 5 apples, so it's possible that you have 4 apples. But it's possible that you have 6 apples. The only thing that I know is that you don't have 5 apples. Right? Now, let's change this into negative using not. Now, I cannot put no here. Yeah? Because no does not transform the verb. All right. I am going to put not, I'm going to put no to transform apples. But I have the number 5 here. The number 5 is expressing the quantity of apples that I have. So if I want to change it into the negative using no, I'm going to substitute 5 with no. All right? Now here, I'm not saying that I have 4 apples or 6 apples. I am saying that I have 0 apples. Yeah? Because this not over here transforms the verb, there's no change in the object of the sentence. But this no over here transforms the object of the sentence but makes no change to the verb. So when I transform with not, I need to be careful of what part of the what part of the sentence I want to transform. Do I want to transform the verb or do I want to transform the object? All right. One last example is for the answers. All right. So let's say that somebody asked me a question, and the question is, do you like cigarettes? Well, for answers, we use both. We use not and we use no. All right? So let's say, for example, again, somebody says, do you like cigarette? I will probably answer, no, I don't. All right? So as you can see here, we have no and we have not. But look, no is separated with a comma, because no is an introduction to the negative sentence. I'm saying no simply to express negative. But then, when I use not, I absolutely need to use the auxiliary or a verb, in the case of the verb to be, for example. But the point is, I absolutely need to use an auxiliary with not, which is different from no, that you can see is isolated, is alone. Not always goes after the verb or after the auxiliary. All right? So that's what I was trying to explain to you. That's what I wanted to explain to you about no and not.